Good day everyone and welcome back to the Diablo Immortal of News Breakdowns. Yeah, I'm looking to improve this series a little bit since it's not quite as popular as I was hoping, thus the name Diablo Immortal. So for you proud, you wonderful, sexy people, please throw some comments below and let me know what I can do to improve this series to make it better for you and your friends. And also, tell them to start watching this amazing Less Than Epic news series. In this week's cast, I'm going to bring you a little bit of news from a whole bunch of different MMOs and smaller snippets. We'll see if that takes off a little bit better. So,
let's break it down!
Alright guys, welcome back. Kicking off this week is another Kickstarter MMO. I know these aren't very newsworthy typically, and they're kind of everywhere nowadays, but this one caught my attention for one thing, and that is combat. While this doesn't sound like an actual MMORPG that you would think of, it is an online action game with RPG elements. They're trying to draw from games like Soul Calibur for the action combat and World of Warcraft for the RPG stuff. What we see from this game right now is classes, crafting, and so much more. Combat looks great. The link for the Kickstarter is in the description below. In a galaxy far, far away in the month of December, the Jedi will be under siege. And lucky for you, EA is going to bring that galaxy a little bit closer to home in their new update for Star Wars: The Old Republic called Knights of the Eternal Throne. For those of you unfamiliar with this game, it's one of the best story-driven MMOs out there that I've personally played. This update will include much more story, guild improvements, masterwork armor, and something called Master Mode. This mode is going to be some of the hardest content they've ever released in Star Wars to date. Check the link in the description below for an interview about this mode specifically, and there's also a link to the webpage for Star Wars to get more information. Next up we have Revelation Online. Yeah, somehow this game got back into MMO headlines. This time around they're trying to get players back by adding a MOBA mode. It's a 5v5 competitive mode where you select one of the iconic NPCs from the game's lore instead of your actual character. It features the typical MOBA gameplay with 3 lanes with waves of enemies coming at you, and you need to destroy the other team's crystal to win. I'm sure this is what everybody wanted added to their favorite MMO. I'm looking at you, Final Fantasy XIV. Anywho, the link for the information is below. Next one is Destiny 2, guys. I know I'm just on this train all the time, but they dropped some news for their latest expansion, or what they are calling seasons, on Tuesday. And you know I'm pretty pumped for this if you've been watching this news breakdown. So what we learned Tuesday is Bungie wants to make a year long of content updates and not just do the typical here's your expansion, do what's in the expansion, and that's it. They're looking to keep really adding content every week on Tuesdays when they do their resets. Some people without Forsaken will get in on this, some people with Forsaken will get in on it, and then there will be content just specific to you if you have the annual pass. On the screen you're going to see a general breakdown of the tiers. On the top is free for everyone. Some of it doesn't even require Forsaken. On the bottom it requires the annual pass. We learned there will be 5 new exotics, including a new bow, which I'm excited for, and the Black Armory, which is the newest expansion that requires the annual pass to get into, as well as some new Horde mode content, which is also locked in that annual pass for the time being. This all starts December 4th. There will be a light increase to 650 and a new raid dropping December 7th. The light increase is for anyone with Forsaken. We will also see a drop on December 11th called The Dawning, which will be available for all players, including people who have just the base game. We're not quite sure what that is all about yet. Bungie says they will give us more details soon. You can find a link to their page below, which has a video explaining some of it in more detail. I also posted a link to the patch notes from 2.1.0, which dropped on Tuesday and added a little bit more stuff into the game. Alright, on to a game that is maybe more hated than Diablo Immortal, if you can believe that. Fallout 76. I know this isn't really an MMO, but it is an online game that was released on November 14th and received some less than epic reviews, like some 0 out of 10s. It looks like a large chunk of their code is a copy and paste from the Xbox 360 version of Skyrim. The Xbox 360. What the hell? I guess this is just a Skyrim mod, boys. I've officially gone from not caring, but casually watching this game to straight up avoiding it. On to bigger and better things. Red Dead Redemption 2 online beta dropped on Tuesday, the 27th, for owners of the Ultimate Edition. It will roll out in waves to players and will be 100% open on Friday, which should be tomorrow if you're watching this on the day of release. While this isn't an MMO per se, it will be an open world that will combine narrative elements with both cooperative and competitive gameplay options. The world will be populated with fauna that is found in the single-player game, and you will be able to fish, hunt, treasure hunt, and form camps, as well as guilds. They will be continually expanding this world and hope for it to be quite dynamic. Sounds like they're trying to make a living, breathing sort of MMO-ish world here. Link below for more information. Last up this week, boys and girls, is some news from Crowfall. This one's a little bit longer. There was a lot to cover here. This particular interview was all about their talent system, and boys, it actually freaking looks good. First off, this game will feature a passive training system similar to what we see in EVE Online, where you queue up a skill and it trains in the background. You don't have to do anything. It does take a lot of time, but this is actually more for long-term decisions and actually is going to affect all your characters, not just one. They said this could take decades to learn all of these skills, but of course that doesn't make you want to play the game, at least not in the moment. So the second thing they looked at here is the typical leveling system, much like WoW, but they claim that you're going to level a lot faster. They also talked about attributes, which is a good thing, but most players tend to spend them in some cookie cutter way. Obviously, depending on the class, you just spend for what's best for that build. So how did they make a system that's interesting? Well, they started with a talent tree, which gives you some moment-to-moment advances. We've seen some pretty cool talent trees in the past. You can look at like Path of Exile, which has this amazingly large talent tree. So what they did was they started with a talent tree. They added what's called disciplines, aka subclassing, and you get some very interesting combinations if you start subclassing. Each character will get to take 3 minor disciplines, 1 weapon spec, and 2 major disciplines. So there's a lot of opportunity to customize the character just the way you want. They compare this system to Shadowbane, which was an MMO from 2003. There will be a ton of customization here, and you probably will want to level up multiple characters to get to test out all these different paths in the tree. Now that does sound like it could be annoying, but that's why if we go back to the leveling process, they say you level up quite fast, and that's the reason they decided to go that. When you level up, each level you get like 3 or 4 attribute points to spend in your talent tree to let you build out the character just the way you want. Now, what they didn't talk about is if there's a way to reset the skill trees, which is something I would like to see, but they said that, again, you can level up pretty fast, so I think that might be the route they're taking. I could go on about this all day, guys. There was a ton of information in this interview, but I won't. Sounds like it's a great system and what could be a great new MMO, and definitely one you should keep your eyes on. Instead of listening to me drone on for 10 more minutes about this game, please click the link below in the description for Crowfall, which will bring you to the interview, which would let you get some more in-depth information on this. It's all text. There is no video on this one. Sorry, guys. Thank you again, everyone, for watching. Again, I'm looking to make this a little bit better of a newscast for you. I want to draw more fans in. I want to get more views, of course. Step 1 was to offer news in bite-sized pieces. Let me know if that's working for you or not. If I should cover a whole bunch of MMOs in 10 minutes, or if I should try to focus on specific ones. Let me know what you think down below. Make sure you give us the thumbs up if this is good content. That lets us know we're doing good stuff. Also, always hit that subscribe button if you haven't yet, and make sure to tell your friends. Thanks, everyone, and as always, thanks for watching, and get good scrubs.
Hey, it's Radded here. Don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe as well. It really helps out the channel. We put out multiple new videos each week and we appreciate all of your support. Thanks for watching, everyone, and cheers.